Good morning. It's January 28th, Thursday morning, 9:27. Market's going to open for regular trading in about 2.5 minutes here. So on the NASDAQ hourly chart, yesterday I talked about the range. The range was comprised of these two bars here, going back to January 25th, and we saw price come down, stop perfectly at the bottom of that range, bounce, and then break through the bottom of that area. And if you look at the height of this range and you compare it to this area down here, you can see that there was a measured move. So this here came very close to the size of this area here, and that's typically what you're going to get when you get a breakout of a range. So that is a very good example of a measured move there, right there. See that? Measured move. And prior to the measured move, a bounce off the bottom of the range. There's almost always going to be buying at the bottom of a range. So now price is coming back up and testing that initial range bottom. We're seeing it pull back. It also is a there's a central primary pivot point there that action is selling off of right now. And so the trade would have been, right around here at 13,175. That's 50 points ago. So so at this point, I'm bearish. Let's just take a look here. Bearish on the 60-minute chart, but on the daily chart, I'm bullish, and the daily chart is more important. Couple things going on here on the daily chart is a potential channel. Let's see here, get that a little bit better pictured here. So we have a very loose trend line that's formed here, potential double bottom, the slightly higher low right here also. And so on the daily chart, and there we go, action is open. On the daily chart, action is bullish. On the hourly chart, it's bearish. So I'm just going to have to wait and see here. There could be an opportunity for a quick morning trade here, given where we're at up here at this level. So getting my platform ready and loaded to trade. I'm a little bit late this morning, but not a big deal. Looking for clarity. You can see this opportunity to potentially fade here, but I'm late. Okay, and given the volatility, we're at 13,155. We're talking 20 points up here. So that trade already happened. So came up to prior resistance, which was support from that prior range. The pivot point was right there also. That was a very nice opportunity to short pre-market here. So let's see when that time was. Yeah, it was about 10 minutes ago. So now we have that daily chart that's bullish. Why is it bullish? We're bouncing off a trend line. It's not a perfect trend line, and it may not hold. However, also a potential double bottom here. Buying came in to close yesterday. Strength of the tech stocks too in general. So so on a bounce off this trend line, because of that, the overall flow of action could be up here. because of the daily chart, but we got to break through this area on the 60-minute chart, 15-minute chart. 60-minute chart, you can see where we came up to the low of that range. So it could be an opportunity to short here. Still. I'm waiting for clarity. Feel like like yesterday, in terms of dollars, it was a good trade. If you watch the video, however, that's you have to be very careful, and I think that was a little bit more risk in terms of probability of outcomes yesterday that I took than I typically like to take. So because of that, I'm kind of checking myself this morning. I'm loaded up with quite a few contracts to trade. However, I'm enforcing extra self-discipline this morning on myself. So I'm also watching the ES, and the ES is looking very strong. ES, S&P 500 futures, that's making me think that there could be a breakout up here. I don't generally like to buy breakouts or sell breakouts. Don't like to trade breakouts, but we'll watch here and see. So this is what I'm watching on the S&P 500. Kind of looks the same as the NASDAQ. See that? See how similar these two charts are? That's good. That's a good thing because it gives me added clarity if the indexes are moving together to take a trade. Because I get confirmation basically from not just one index that I'm trading, but the other index also. All right, move this back. So you can see price is stuck at this little area, and hopefully you can understand why there's a little battle going on here. Who's going to win over the bulls or the bears? This is a critical area here. Because of the daily chart, the bulls will most likely take control in my opinion. But I'm flat. You'll hear when I enter a trade. If I, see decisive movement of price in one direction or the other, then there's a decent chance that I would get in for a trade. I'm also watching even the 1 minute chart, and a lot of times you can get an indication of what's happening a little quicker there. You have a little zoomed in view of things. I think the bulls are going to take over here, but I don't see it yet. And I could definitely be wrong. So I'm just sitting here watching and waiting. So I'm keeping an eye on that chart also. I'm also watching the ES at the same time, watching the 5 minute chart on the ES. It's very similar to this. Action starting to, looks like the bulls are the bears are starting to take over here. Got my finger on the trigger. Can easily get a bounce here now though. Why? So I'm gonna get rid of that 15-minute chart. See a swing low here. See if it can break through that. It could form a channel here now. Let's see. Continuing to look weak. I'm going to consider adding a partial position. So this would be a trade where I enter small amounts, approximately 20% of my intended full number of contracts. I would be entering 20% of what my goal is and adding to it. Pondering that, but say I don't like this potential kind of channel looking thing here, because oftentimes when you have something like this and you short here, this is the bottom and it's going to come back up here and form some kind of channel, in which case it's 25 points away. So I'm watching the ES2 and it's not rolling over. It's sitting there very indecisively. Now bulls are taking back over. Oh, bears got it taken to him there. So you see this battle going on. See that, how it looks like a channel there? Can you just kind of see it? Doesn't have to be perfect at all. When you get that, kind of that look like that, this is what you oftentimes get. Maybe an opportunity to sell up here, but I'm not going to take that. One of the reasons I'm also, or one of the things I'm aware of, is the prior hourly bar. You can see how strong that bar was. See how strong this bar is. So that could be indicative of price coming up here today. It could push through here at the top, and here we go. It may happen. Looks like it's going to happen.
Order filled.
Okay, I'm long.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Took a bunch of points there.
Order
10
filled.
points. 9 points.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Wow. Holy cow. What a trade. Look at that. Unbelievable. Okay, I got a little bit in. I got a little bit left here at 13,214. Trying to manually put this in. Put my stop loss in here. Oh my God, I'm up 32 points on this portion here. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm closing.
Order filled.
Okay. Not for the faint of heart. Okay, this is not for the beginning traders. So that is just like yesterday. Holy cow. So I bought at 13,214.50. Some of my contracts got filled at 13,214.25. I sold at like almost immediately. We're talking 2 seconds, roughly 3 seconds after my order filled, I exited at 2075. So that's whatever, 6 1/4 points. And the reason I was worried, I traded a significant number of contracts. So when you see that kind of volatility, it can easily just roll over the other direction and just all of a sudden you're instantly down 10 points. So when I saw that I was up 6 1/4 points within a second, I thought it was prudent to begin taking contracts off. So once again, I bought at 14.50, exited at 20.75. Exited more at 22.25, exited more at 25.25, so whatever that is, about 6 points. Exited more at 24.25, so what is that, 10 points. And then took more off at 26, so that was, 9 points or so. And took more off at 38. For 24 points. I was up 30 points, and if I just clicked a second earlier, I would have got 30 points. But anyway, so that last portion, I was out 23.75 points for a very big trade for me. I mean, really doubled my goal. So let's just go through, though, what's going on here. So on that daily chart, we have this. It's not a very great, not a perfect trend line, but it certainly, you can see how when price is coming down here, it bounces. So it came down here, formed a rough double bottom, and when you see both of these daily bars here. Do you see how when they came down, they formed those wicks? So that's indicative of price coming down, and then once it gets down into this area, buyers are coming in. So we had already hit that area this morning, and so what I'd spoken of is, because of that, the overall tide of the day, the overall flow, the big flow of action will probably be up, could be up. Then I was a little bit, didn't have a lot of clarity here, pardon me. That's one of my stockbroker buddies. So when action came up to this area here, it was the prior range bottom. So it was stuck here, and it was building force as it coiled. And that's what was going on right here on this 3-minute chart. That represents that area right here. You saw it coiling. You saw it try to roll over once, twice, 3 times, and it just couldn't do it. And then you just could see it coming up here, and I can see the S&P 500 as I was watching it also. And it was basically a little short squeeze there. Everybody had their stop losses here, because what were they hoping? Well, those people who were trading ranges, they're hoping and expecting that price would stop here at the prior support, which now became resistance, and then roll over and come back down to this area here, which it still may do. But as soon as it broke through there, their stop losses went off, and bam, caused this thing to go up like that. So I had my finger on the trigger, and I was ready to rock on that thing, and I was also ready to get out, and get out fast. So these are not the kind of trades that you want to be doing, and this is definitely not the type of trades that I want to be doing every day, but this is what the market is presenting us with right now. It's challenging, it's fast, and it's dangerous. Anyway, that was a great morning, so I'm going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, and these suckers will be going out live. I'm working on that today here again, so have a great day. Thank you.